Today, we're going to be exploring the unsettling tale of the Axeman of New Orleans. For those unfamiliar with the story, the Axeman was a serial killer who terrorized the city of New Orleans in the early 20th century. The killer targeted Italian-American grocers and their families, breaking into their homes and brutally murdering them with an axe. The Axeman sent a letter to the local newspaper, promising to spare the lives of anyone who played jazz music in their home at the time of his next murder. This bizarre request led to a citywide phenomenon known as the Axeman's Jazz Parties, with people gathering in their homes to play music and hopefully avoid being targeted by the killer. Despite an intense manhunt, the Axeman was never caught and the killings eventually stopped. The case remains unsolved to this day, leaving many to speculate about the true identity of the Axeman and the motivations behind his gruesome crimes. But the story doesn't end there. In recent years, some have suggested that the Axeman may have been a supernatural being, with some even claiming to have had encounters with the spirit of the killer. As always, I'll be digging deeper into the facts and exploring the various theories surrounding this chilling case. Stick around for the next 3 to 4 minutes as we delve into the twisted world of the Axeman of New Orleans. As we continue our exploration of the Axeman of New Orleans, it's important to examine the details of the killings themselves. Between 1918 and 1919, the Axeman targeted a total of 6 families, all of them Italian-American grocers and their families. The murders were particularly brutal, with the killer using an axe to hack victims to death as they slept in their beds. Despite the violent nature of the killings, the Axeman was able to break into the homes undetected and escape without a trace. This led some to speculate that the killer had inside knowledge of the homes and the routines of the families, suggesting that the Axeman may have been someone known to the victims. However, there were also several inconsistencies in the case that made it difficult to pinpoint a suspect. For example, witnesses reported seeing a man fitting the description of the Axeman near the scene of one of the murders, but no physical evidence was found linking him to the crime. As the killings continued, the people of New Orleans lived in fear of the Axeman, with some even barricading themselves inside their homes at night. The police were under immense pressure to catch the killer, but no leads seemed to pan out. It was in this climate of fear and uncertainty that the Axeman sent a letter to the local newspaper, the New Orleans Times-Picayune. In the letter, the killer claimed to be a supernatural being and promised to spare the lives of anyone who played jazz music in their home at the time of his next murder. This bizarre request led to a citywide phenomenon known as the Axeman's Jazz Parties, with people gathering in their homes to play music and hopefully avoid being targeted by the killer. Despite the efforts of the people of New Orleans, the Axeman struck again, murdering Joseph and Catherine Maggio in their home. However, after this final killing, the Axeman's attack stopped and he was never heard from again. To this day, the case remains unsolved and the true identity of the Axeman remains a mystery. Some believe that the killer was a supernatural being, while others believe that he was a man with a personal vendetta against the Italian-American community. Regardless of the truth, the story of the Axeman of New Orleans remains a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk within the human heart. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the twisted world of the Axeman of New Orleans. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any theories or ideas about the case, be sure to leave a comment below. Until next time, this is Hendo for 20 signing off.